Once again from the squeaky chair. Cheers, my friends. All right. I'm going to get through this as quickly as I can. I'm going to try to make this a little shorter than my last video, maybe. But here's the story. A few years ago, my wife wanted a horse. So she bought a horse. And she was trying to take care of it. Well, she got this job where she's a truck driver and she travels all across the country. So that leaves me here by myself a lot, taking care of all the animals and the horse. Well, horses need to eat. And the horses pretty much cleared out all of the grass and the fields that are around my property. It's already ate it all up. So I've been having to stock up on hay. We've had kind of drought conditions here in the last few months, so the hay supply has dwindled. So I've been having to shop around to get hay. So I ended up having to go to Bland County, Virginia, a little farm down there, which is almost a 50-mile trip from where I live. But you got to do what you got to do. They had a nice supply of hay. I can go by there anytime, so it's all good. So I went down, traveled down to Bland, got my hay in my pickup truck, and as I was driving back, I went through Bland, the town of Bland, and they've got a little consignment shop, junk store, thrift store there. You know, it's a small place. The whole town is just a small town. And I've been there a few years ago, and they always had a few records. You know, you'd have to dig and dig and dig, and they might have like, a couple hundred records there, and you might luck out and find some scratched up copy of Steely Dan or something like that. So I said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and stop by there. So pulled in, walked through there. I went back to where they usually have the records, and they had moved stuff around. There's no records back in the room where they used to keep them. They had a bunch of new tools and a bunch of new consignment stuff. And I found some stereo equipment there that they had not priced yet. See, these people also buy a lot of estate stuff, like from estate sales. So I went through the whole shop and didn't find anything. I was getting ready to leave, and I noticed out of the corner of my eye, back in the corner that I had not looked at, I saw a door open. And I looked in there and I saw like some stereo speakers and some wires and looked like electronics. So I said, well, let me check that out. So I walked back in there and, sure enough, they had some stereo speakers, some old used cassette decks and power amps. And lo and behold, there were several shelves of records. They were all neatly stacked there and probably estimated maybe around 500 albums stashed. So I said, oh, that's cool. So I started looking, and one of the first things I pulled out was Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers drum suite. I thought, wow, that's promising. So first I thought, is that an autograph? But no, it's apparently the name of the previous owner. And 6i Columbia. I thought, wow, that's a cool start, So I started digging a little bit more, and eventually I saw Gene Krupa. This is on Verve. Nice black Verve. And another Gene Krupa with Buddy Rich. I thought, man, this is getting better and better. And then Buddy Rich with Max Roach. And this was Mercury. And lo and behold, this is a white label promo. I thought, man. And then I dug a little deeper, and here's Charlie Parker, April in Paris, also on Verve. Whoa. All right, so dug a little bit more, and what did I find? Coltrane, plays the blues. OG on the old kind of a red and purple Atco, or Atlantic rather. Whoa. And right behind that one, they had this one. John Coltrane, His Greatest Years. And this is a 2 LP set on Impulse. See, this is not the old Impulse label. This is probably the later Impulse label. Unfortunately, a lot of these had the previous owner's name written on there. It's too bad that wasn't like Coltrane's real autograph, you know. Oh my gosh. So I said, man, how much are these things? So I looked around and they had a little sign there. It said records $2 a piece or 3 for $5. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. So I looked a little bit more and I saw these. This is Thad Jones and Mel Lewis. This is on the Solid State label. And there was another Thad Jones and Mel Lewis. Thought that's really cool. And then I saw this one, Detroit, New York Junction, Thad Jones. And it's a freaking Blue Note. Well, at this point, and here was another Thad Jones and Mel Lewis. This is on a later, the Blue Note label. So I went to the checkout person and I said, what's the prices on these records? And sure enough, $2 a piece, 3 for $5. Oh my gosh. So I went back and started digging some more. Horace Silver. This is In Pursuit of the 27th Man, another Blue Note. Now this one says Blue Note Records, a division of United Artists Records. All right. Okay, let me show you these here real quick. Horace Silver. Some of these I've already cleaned. Blue Note. Horace Silver and Voices. The Blue Note. All Horace Silver. Blue Note. No, Blue Note. Alright, this one is Horace Silver Quintet. You Gotta Take a Little Love. Blue Note. The Best of Horace Silver. This is on the later Blue label, Blue Note. The Tokyo Blues. Horace Silver Quintet. Blue Note. Total Response. Horace Silver. On Blue Note. The Cape Verdine Blues. Blue Note. And here, Blowing the Blues Away. So, by this time I was in a feeding frenzy. Okay, now, I've been saving up some money for a road trip. I had a $100 bill in my pocket that I was saving for this road trip. So I was thinking, all right, I can't pass this deal up. So I kept digging. And some of this stuff I don't know, but I had a good feeling about it. Jimmy Steig, I believe is the name. Blue Note. The Wayfaring Stranger. And here, Richard Groove Holmes. Tell It Like It Is. This is on I can't tell what label that is, but it looks like a division of Liberty. Okay, all right, and then a little more digging. Music by Duke Ellington. Soundtrack, Anatomy of a Murder. Beautiful, clean, 6i Columbia. There's another Duke Ellington, the Afro Eurasian Eclipse. This is on Fantasy. Duke Ellington's Greatest Hits on Reprise. Here's a double LP set, Duke Ellington's Sophisticated Ladies. And I believe this is a soundtrack, I'm thinking, or music from a live production, something or other. Red Seal RCA. Look at this. Duke Ellington. Uptown. Ellington Uptown. Look at that beautiful, beautiful old blue Columbia LP label. This is an OG from, who knows, early 50s probably. Squeaky chair. The Great Paris Concert, Duke Ellington. And finally here's Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington. The Great Reunion. And this is on the Emus label. Okie dokie. So, next one, I mean, I started like, okay. I just started like grabbing stuff and it looked interesting and throwing it in my basket. So, Jimmy Smith, another freaking Blue Note. The incredible Jimmy Smith bucket. And then here's a couple on the Verve label. This is Monster. Beautiful, beautiful black Verve label. Jimmy Smith, Portuguese Soul. Man. And then some more Verve classic stuff. It's a Verve and A&M. Wes Montgomery, Bumpin'. Beautiful gatefold. Now, unfortunately, there again is the guy, you know, the previous owner had to write his name on all of these, but still, my gosh. Clean. I mean, another unfortunate thing is that hardly any of these had the inner sleeves, but it doesn't matter because whoever had them, even though they wrote their names on there and took out the inner sleeves, the records were all in VG plus condition. Some more Montgomery. A&M Records, Road Song. This is a nice one. Let's see what else I got here. Oh yeah, California Dreamin'. This is another one on the Verve label. Wes Montgomery's Greatest Hits. I think this is an A&M. It's got one of those sleeves where the record pulls out like this. But still, cool stuff. And then, a couple of old OG 10-inch records with Billy May. And this is really sweet. A Band Is Born and Big Band Bash. Amazing, amazing stuff here. Alright, now it's just some odd stuff here. I like the cover on this one. This is Sounds in the Night featuring Big Sam Merowitz and his alto saxophone. This is really a sweet album. It's kind of exotic jazz a little bit on, I can't tell what label that is. Roulette. Okay, it's the Roulette. I like this album. This is a fun album to listen to. Alright, get back in there. The ones with, yeah, well, the ones with the sleeves inside there are the ones that I've already cleaned and listened to. Weather Report, 8:30. Double live set. Oh man. This is featuring Zawinul, Wayne Shorter, Jaco Pastorius, and Peter Erskine. Great. I was real stoked to find this one. I'm a big Roy Buchanan fan. Roy Buchanan fan. And you can see a little bit of faded. I tried using some Clorox wipes to get the name off of there. I got most of it, but I didn't want to damage the cover any more than it was. But it's just an experiment, but still Great Roy Buchanan album on Polydor. That's one I did not have. Gabor Szabo. This is Night Flight. This is on Mercury. It's another one. This is Lena Horne and Gabor Szabo. What label is this on? Buddha? Yeah, this is on Buddha Records. How about that? And here's another one exclusively for my friends. Oscar Peterson. This is BASF. This is on the BASF label. Alright, now here are, these are some Verve collections. This is the Jazz Giants of 1956. I guess this is a comp. And here's another comp. This is a 2 LP set of now here, Ben Webster and Coleman Hawkins. This is another comp. Another 2 LP set on Verve. Jeez. Alright, what have I got next? Here. Steely Dan. Gaucho. I was really tickled to find this one on MCA. This one's still got the inner sleeve. Pat Metheny, off ramp. Hubert Laws. I love this album. I've got another copy of this, so this may or may not be an upgrade, but vinyl looks pretty clean on it. Just needs cleaning, and the other cover I have is in better shape than this one, but I'm leaving the vinyl on this, so this is a good trade perhaps. Another Hubert Laws. It's got some tape on the top of it, and this is another promo. It's got the promo stamp on it. You can barely see it. I'm gonna get that tape off of there, hopefully with a heat gun. And here's some stuff. Richard Groove Holmes, the Groover. Beautiful, beautiful prestige label. Dig that. Dig that, man. Cannonball Adderley Quintet. Inside Straight. This is on the Fantasy label. Let's see what we got here coming up. Lester Young. Press is Blue. No, wait a minute. Oh, this has got a Charlie Parker album inside of it. What is that called? No, wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, I'm sorry. Charlie Parker Records. All right, so did okay, Charlie. I was unfamiliar with that label. Charlie Parker Records. Press is Blue by Lester Young. Man, that's a deal. This one looked interesting. Kenton presents Jazz, Sounds and Songs. What is that group? The All Belletto Sextet. It's on Capitol. All right, what have we got here? This is an ECM album. This is Eddie Gomez, John Abercrombie, Jack DeJohnette, Lester Bowie, New Directions. I'm sure this is some good stuff. Some more Dexter Gordon. This is on the green Prestige label. This is another double LP set too. Man, lots of stuff. Eddie Harris on A&M. Eddie Harris sings the blues. Let's see, what's next? I got some of these. Perez Paredo. These are all RCA. This is Havana, 3 a.m. Big hits by Prado, Living Stereo. This is the black RCA label. Here's another Perez Living Stereo. Another black Living Stereo label. Alright, getting down. This is Les Elgart and his orchestra. The Dancing Sound. Another beautiful 6i Columbia. Jack Webb. It's a soundtrack of music by Jack Webb. Peter Kelly's Blues. Another beautiful 6i Columbia. Clean. Man. And this one looked interesting. Joe Farrell, Outback. Featuring Airto, Elvin Jones, Buster Williams, and Chick Corea. This is on the CTI label. It's got the name on there, of course. Hey, for these prices. Charlie Ventura. What label is this on? Craftsman. This is the Craftsman label. Not familiar with that, but hey, Charlie Ventura plays for the people. And there's a saxophone, so it's got to be some cool stuff. Another one, Zoot Sims, plays alto, tenor, and baritone. This is on the ABC Paramount label. Jeez. Eddie Lockjaw Davis with the Tommy Flanagan Trio. Straight Ahead. What label is this? Pablo. This is on Pablo Records. Plaz Johnson. The Blues. This is Concord Jazz label. Yeah, most of these needs cleaning. This one looks pretty sweet too. Earl Garner, Concert by the Sea. Another beautiful 6i Columbia. And this one finally, Shakespeare and All That Jazz. Sung by Cleo Lane. Featuring the music of John Dankworth and words by William Shakespeare. And this is on the Fontana label. This looked like it was an interesting album. So, anyway, there you have it. I blew $100 of my savings. I was, gearing up for a road trip, but I still have enough money set aside for my road trip. But I could not pass these up, and I hope you enjoyed that. And all right, where's that? Here we go. So I hope I didn't bore you too much with that. So peace, friends. Thanks for watching.